All right, good win. I thought we guarded well. I know they scored a lot of points, but the game was high possession. We held them under 40% field goal percentage, 37%. We did a nice job on the backboards. We had a lot of contributions. Obviously, our big four played great. Andre Hyatt did a tremendous job. We were jamming Cooper. He expended a lot of energy defensively to jam him, slow their transition game down, especially in the first half. LeBlanc did a nice job. Gaines came in, did a nice job, and Wani made that play at the rim on the block. He did some he did some really good things. So overall, I thought it was a good team win. Good to be able to get Cook and Gray in there as well, and Brandon and Parker, who work real hard in practice. But very pleased. I thought we prepared well, and it was a good solid win.
Hey, well, you kind of just mentioned it, but just how did your efficient offense tonight really just kind of help you guys on defense and really slow what they were trying to do on offense down a little bit? It seemed like that was a big thing that happened today.
I thought our defense led to our offense. I thought when we were able to get the stops, we were able to get out in offense. Our transition, we outscored them, I think, 25-13 in transition, so we basically doubled them up in transition. Did a phenomenal job on the offensive glass. Hyatt and LeBlanc especially, sending a message early on. I thought they did a great job. So I thought we played pretty well in both phases. Anytime you shoot over 50% and hold the other team below 40, if everything else is somewhat manageable, you're gonna have a great chance to win. And I thought we did that today.
Here we go. Yeah, Will, you talked about guys knowing their roles. It seems like nobody on this team knows his role better than Josh LeBlanc. Just talk about what he gave you today. Well, almost what he gives you every game, but today particularly.
Yeah, he gives us defense. He gives us rebounding. He gave us some rim protection with the blocks. He's a big guy. He can rebound. He can guard the ball. He just does a lot of things really, really well that help you win. And he finishes around the rim. He had some great finishes today. Did a nice job. We're going to keep working on the free throws. He's actually a good free throw shooter. I make him make 30 and then 10 in a row every day after practice. He goes about 30 for 32, 30 for 33, then he makes 10 in a row. But we got to slow his routine down a little bit, get his feet back wider. There's some things we got to do to help him out. To help him out. But he plays with great energy. He has a great motor, and he does a lot of dirty work things. Does a lot of really, really important things that contribute to us winning. So very, very pleased with his progress, and he can continue to really help us and play a vital, some vital responsibilities on our team.
Coach, do you think that the team really paid attention to your message in terms of Auburn being better than their record and, going out and giving the full effort today?
Well, I mean, we've got a limited number of opportunities left, and so it's like I said, we've got to finish strong. This was the first step to a strong finish. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, and this was step one. We got a quick turnaround Tuesday at Georgia. They're a team that's playing much better. I saw they lost at Florida today in a close game, but they gave us fits the first time, took us overtime to beat them the first time. So we've got to go from step one here to step two. We've got to stay locked in. We haven't left ourselves any margin for error. And so we've got to stay locked in and ready to go.
Yeah, Will, you're moving the ball much better offensively the last few games. Was it something that you had to point out on film for them to understand? Because it seems like it just moves a lot better now. I mean, the last 3 or 4 games, actually.
Well, I mean, look, what we were doing before was very, very effective. We were still scoring. It may not have been as aesthetically pleasing as people would want, but it was very, very effective. But what happens is people adjust, and so other teams had adjusted, so we had to counter and adjust. But what we were doing before was really good. I mean, we were top 5 in the country in offensive efficiency, and I think we're 6th now. But certainly when teams adjusted, we needed to adjust, and we need to run some longer plays. And we've helped our defense out too. We've been a little bit more ball control on offense. We've gotten a lot better in transition. We weren't getting easy stuff in transition. That's where our offense has really helped us, or where we've had the biggest uptick is just in our transition offense and being able to get some easy baskets. And once we get in the half court, we're taking very good shots. We're taking better shots. We're moving the ball side to side. Some of it's just a matter of me putting guys in better position and me making sure that we're adjusting to what other teams were doing.
Coach, the 3 remaining games that are listed on your schedule, do you think that's how it's going to play out? Or have you heard anything about an additional game being added here or there, or is that?
I haven't heard anything outside of we have the makeup date, after the last game on that Saturday or whatnot. So I haven't heard anything outside of, they're obviously going to try to make up some games on that date, but I don't know anything outside of that.
Hey, well, I'm just fascinated by the role discussion that you had with the team and how successful it's been. Did they have any input into that? Did you have any pushback from it? And clearly, it's obviously easier to coach with success. I mean, is your job easier this last couple of weeks because of these conversations that you had?
Well, one thing, I don't like to call them roles, because roles, that kind of makes it sound like it's a suggestion. I like to call them responsibilities. This is your responsibility for our team. And so I know it's a slight difference there, but I think, if I say run fast and you say run fast, we probably got two different definitions of run fast. And roles can leave a lot of stuff up. So to your point, no, they had no input. I had all the input. And so, I think it's certainly, hell, it wasn't just, changing a whole lot of stuff. It was, everybody on a team, this is any team, everybody kind of has their own thoughts and thinks, hey, maybe this should happen, maybe that should happen. I just told them, I understand what all y'all think, but I really don't care. This is what we're going to do. This is how it goes. And this is what I think. And guess what? I'm the only one whose opinion matters in this thing. And so it was really just kind of cutting down some of the frivolous chatter and some of the sidebars and some of all the BS that you don't want to hear. And when other people think they have an opinion. And so it was really more just me expressing to them what was already basically being said by how I doled out the minutes, how I doled out the shots, what we did. But expressing it in a very colorful way that made sure that everybody was aware of what my thoughts were.
Do you have any of that on tape? Do you have any of that on tape that will make it inside LSU basketball by any chance?
No, it's not going to make an episode, and it was just me and the team. I didn't have the assistants; nobody else was in there. It was me and the 16 guys, and they asked questions, and we went through some things. And a lot of times as a coach, I don't explain everything that I do. We just do it. And I tell them all the time, let me do the thinking for you. Just go where I tell you to go. You don't need to think like I've got that under control. And sometimes, so it took, part of it was me. I was explaining why we do what we do in some things, why things are like they are. And like I said, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it, but I know what wins and I know what goes into winning. And I'm not saying our way is the best way. I'm not saying our way is the only way, but it's the way that's worked for us for 8 or 9 years. And so, that's what we got back to. I mean, damn, Jacques or Ron, you got any more questions? You got like the Glenn 2 and 3 questions going on at one time. I'm sure we'll have another presser on Monday since there'll be so much that happens between now and Monday. We'll have to have another presser.